Hey, hey, happy Sunday afternoon. Getting situated here, and as you guys find me in your newsfeed, there I am. Go ahead and say hi, let me know where you're viewing from. My name is Dawn Bration. I'm owner of Dawn's Creative Chalet, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who loves inks, paper, and stamps. Hey, Nancy. Hello, my teamie. How are you doing today? All right. There we are. Hopefully, I will be able to see everybody's comments. It's so funny because I'm about nose to nose with my phone, and I can see comments sometimes on my phone before I can on Facebook. Go figure. Craziness. Anyway, today is Sunday, January the 28th. And I believe that we're at like episode number 119. So we've been doing this a little over 2 years. It's hard to believe. Time flies, right? All right, guys. Well, first of all, just to remind you of the January host code, I appreciate you supporting me and my little online business. So if you do find some things that you need, please do use that host code right there. Go ahead and visit dawnscreativechalet.stampinup.net. And I always like to send a special something whenever you purchase from me, like a handmade card and all that kind of good stuff. I love to send handmade cards, right? That's what we do. This is what we do. Hey, Sue. Hello, and happy Sunday crafternoon to you. So this host code will be in effect until the end of this month, and then we have a new one set up. It's good to see you, Sue. Thanks for popping on. You've made my day. Aw. Give you guys happy hearts. Is that how they do that? There we go. Something like that. Anyway, so by chance, if your order is $150 or more, please do not use the host code. And make sure that you use what we call Stampin' Rewards for yourself. At that point, you do get a little bit of a kickback from what you are spending from Stampin' Up! So not only do you get the celebration rewards, you also get a little extra from Stampin' Up! At the $150 mark. All right. And also, if you are not already, please make sure to go ahead and join my newsletter. Go ahead and open up your smartphone, your camera on your smartphone, and act as though you're going to take a picture. And it's really cool. It shows a link. Instead of taking a picture, go ahead and tap on the link. It'll take you right to a landing page where you can sign up for my newsletter. So you can find all the updates between the chalet and the latest and greatest with Stampin' Up! As well. All right. Also, just a couple of other things before we get started today. Just a reminder that I do have a community or a group on Facebook as well. So go ahead and join that if you haven't already. Hey, Judy, happy Sunday crafternoon to you down in Alabama. Also, my YouTube channel. If you're not already a subscriber, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also hit that little bell. It'll turn black. That will give you all the notifications as I do anything at all, loading videos and doing more with YouTube. You'll get those notifications right on your phone. Isn't technology great? I tell you. I love it sometimes. When it goes okay for me, let's put it that way, because I'm definitely not a technology whiz, as you guys know. Also, my blog, make sure to visit that every so often at dawnscreativechalet.com. Right there, you're going to find some close-up pictures of the projects that we do every week, along with the supply list and all of that good stuff. And if you like, leave a comment over there. I love when people say hi over there as well. And of course, I've just told you about my online store and the January host code. If by chance you don't feel comfortable shopping there, so to speak, just go ahead, jot down the item numbers that you want, and just a quick description so I know that I'm ordering the correct items for you, of course. And just give me a call, reach out to me, and I can chit-chat with you on the phone. Like, people actually still do that. We do talk on the phone, and I can help you out with that and put your order in for you. And let's see what else. Oh, yes, some upcoming events here at the chalet. So coming up on Friday, this coming Friday. Man, it's hard to believe it's almost February, you guys. is Starbucks Sip and Stamp at the Ludington, Michigan Starbucks this Friday, February the 2nd from noon to 2. So come on over, bring your friends as well, and have some fun. Make a free craft with me during 12 to 2 this Friday. And then if you want to put March's date for Sip and Stamp as well, that'll be on March 1st. And also, as we get into February, Thursday, February the 8th, come on over and stamp with us. That is Creative Card class. That class is $25 or free with a minimum order. And of course, you're going to want to place an order, right? It's Celebration. We all take advantage of Celebration. But anyway, that is on Thursday, February the 8th at 10 a.m., 1 p.m., or 6:30. And we're going to do the theme of adoring hearts. So some heart, Valentine, love cards. And then as we get into the latter part of February, on the 22nd, we have the Perennial Lavender Suite. That is going to be the product inclusive class. This class is going to include the designer paper, a beautiful package of the beautiful cutout butterflies, and also the baker's twine and those purpley pretty embellishments. So there's 4 items that are going to be included in the class. So that's why it's a little bit more this time, but there's a lot of product, and trust me, you guys are going to have so much more to play with after you're done with the class. But that's $48. It includes a $5 coupon if you go ahead and place an order during the class. Hey, Evelyn, happy Sunday afternoon, and go Lions. See, I remembered today the Lions are playing. We'll get into a little bit more about that in a minute. Also, that class is going to be on, February 22nd at 10 a.m., 1 p.m., or 6:30. I need an RSVP for that class no later than the 15th. The 15th of February. The reason being is I need to order all of that product for you guys and go ahead and prep it and all that fun stuff. But anyway, more than anything, I don't want to have Stampin' Up! Run out of this stuff. It's gorgeous, and I'm so excited to offer this class for you guys. All right, and let's see. Reminder that if you want the February Paper Pumpkin Kit, go ahead and sign up by the 10th. So we have what? Under 2 weeks yet to sign up for the Sweet Springtime. Whoop, whoop. And then also, of course, don't forget about those cute little dies that will go along with all 3 of these kits. This kit, wasn't that beautiful, you guys? OMG. Love it. Absolutely love it. What else? Oh, just to remind you guys, I know we go through this every week, but just a reminder, go to the online store. Check it out. You never know what you're going to find. In fact, I know that they're adding to it, I believe, the beginning of next month with some new products, because I think that we as demonstrators are going to get a sneak peek and be able to order stuff a month ahead of time, which will be, gosh, in about a week. Wow, that's great. Anyway, go ahead and check the online store, because there are things that will consistently be added that will never be in a publication. So you're going to miss out if you don't check it out. So just get in a habit to look there now and then. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'll be your friendly reminder, right? Every week, Dawn talks about. Okay, so of course we have our mini catalog that kicked in the first part of January. Lots of beautiful products in here. So far we're doing pretty good as far as inventory. I'm pretty impressed. Watch, just because I say that, I'm going to jinx myself. But this catalog is available until the end of April. We have Celebration, which is Stampin' Up's largest promotion, biggest promotion of the entire year, every year. That always happens in January and February. So we're about halfway through Celebration already. Hard to believe, but true. So you still have time to collect all the goodies in the book. There's a lot of good stuff this time. I think I really am enjoying Celebration more this year than I did last year. I just love what they're offering. A lot of paper, which, of course, we all love paper, right? We wouldn't be doing what we're doing if we didn't play with paper, if we didn't love paper. But anyway, with that being said, there's 5 different packs of paper in here. And they're all for the $50 mark. So if you spend $50 before shipping and tax, you get to choose something in this book, a minimum of something in this book. Then we also have a couple of items that are, I call it the higher level. We used to call them a level 2. They don't call it that anymore, but old habit, die hard, right? But you'll see that if you do spend $100 or more, you can either choose 2 $50 items, or you can pick a $100 item. So there's a little bit more to it, like the dies. Today, this is what we're going to feature right here, the Softly Sophisticated Bundle. Now, I was going to go ahead and do the Jungle Pals, but then I thought, nah, let's go ahead and do this first. I was really in the mood to go ahead and get things set up for this today. But then there's also this beautiful detailed dogwood that I have not had a chance to play with yet. So hopefully we'll get to that. But there's just so much in here. It's like, where do you start, But every week I've been trying to feature at least one item in this little brochure. Not so little. The other thing we're going to use today is the Softly Stippled. And I know it's not as easy to, let me grab it here, to see it in the book as it is in person-ish, right? So with that being said, this is the beautiful paper. This is a pattern we're going to use today. I think that's the only one, but even check out the back of this. It's very, I would say, neutral paper to use with a lot of different themes that you may be working on with your card making, scrapbooking, and other paper crafting thingies. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay, let's see here. What else did I want to tell you guys? Today I'll be working on the glass mat. If you haven't heard already, you can get this for free. I had to pay $60 for it, but you can get it for free if you decide to purchase a starter kit, which is pretty awesome. Stampin' Up! Always offers something really fun and unique during celebration if you do purchase a starter kit, and this is it. Or you can choose $30 of more product, which is always a good thing. But anyway, I've been working with this, and there's a lot of benefits to it, and I think the week that I go on vacation, I'm not going to be here on the 18th. I'll be coming back home from a very mini vacation. When I say mini, get it? Mini? You know where I'm going, right? That was just the big hint. But anyway, with that, I'm going to try to do a video in advance, and we're going to go ahead and cover what I've learned about this glass mat and what I love about it and why I think you all should have it in your craft room, craft stash. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Are you guys ready to do a little bit of stamping? So first of all, as I said, we're using the Softly Sophisticated Bundle. I guess I'll call it a bundle. And again, this is a free offering in celebration with a $100 minimum order before ship and tax. It is actually something that was not on my radar. And I say that because as we have used this for class, I've explained to my gals, this was not something that I thought was on my wish list until I started to play with it and create with it. It also comes with this 3D embossing folder, which gives some great texture to your cards, but yet it's not overly, I don't even know how to put it. It's just, it's soft, but yet enough. I don't know. And it's just, I'm not even going to try because I can't find the words. You'll just see. And if you've played with this embossing folder, you know it's just really cool. And it adds just that extra little touch, and it dresses up every card that it's on. But I love embossing folders. It's a great way to add some texture to your projects. But with that being said, I've already run through everything. Subtle, yes, that is a good word for it, Evelyn. It's a subtle, yet it's beautiful. And anyway, I've already done the embossing, so the projects themselves will go a little bit faster with you guys. And then also the other things that I'm using that I've run through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I have used the dies from Something Fancy, and I used Which one was it? I think it was this one, or was it this? I think it was this one. We'll see as we get to it, but they'll look familiar once we get all the bits and pieces out. But anyway, from Something Fancy, in case you guys are wondering there. And then the other die that I have also used from a set is from Color and Contour. I know I talk about these a lot too, and these are actually just called the Scalloped Contour dies. And I love these right here. I use them an awful lot. If you guys don't have these dies, even if you don't like the stamp set that you can bundle these two together, these right here, I love them. Like I said, I use them so much, and they're easy to layer within themselves because they nest within each other. It's a great way to layer colors and layer layers on your cards. So anyway, I wanted to show you those two in case you were wondering where I did get those from. And by the way, those two sets of dies are in the annual catalog. All right, let's see here. What do I have for you guys today in my magic hat? And get all my bits and pieces here in my cheater notes. This is the first card we're going to do today. Now, I also did this one. Now, these basically were cased right out of that brochure for Celebration. And this is where I started to have my inspiration kick in, but just some creativity kick in with the cards. And I also, towards the end of this, once we're done creating the 3 cards, I have some additional samples that are swap cards and such, either from myself or other demonstrators that I thought I would share with you, just to share a little bit more inspiration with you, because that's what this is all about, right? But anyway, I wanted to take this a step further from this card. This is beautiful in and of itself, right? And again, you can see the texture, and I'm sorry I forgot to take this out of the clear envelope, so you're getting a glare there. But anyway, I decided to take this card, just kick it up a notch. And we are using different dies from what I used on here. I believe this is from Countryside something or another that's in the annual catalog. But like I said, I chose to do different dies here. And I am going to turn off my heater just a moment. I'm starting to roast myself right out of here. I have 2 little windows in this small room, and if it's cold outside, it just gets so chilly because I get cold easily anyway. I'm wimpy. Oh, right. Let's see here. First thing I'm going to grab, we have these 2 flowers. So it's going to be this bigger guy right here and this. What's really cool is these are photopolymer stamps. So you're going to be able to see exactly where you need to place the flowers into the bush part, or the stems, the leaves, the greenery of the flower itself. So it makes it really easy, even for people like me. And then, of course, the sentiments in it, I believe we're using all 3 of these today as well, because I wanted to give you just, quite a sampling of stuff with it. Let's see here. And with that, we're using your In My Thoughts, which I love, because that sentiment can be used for a lot of different things, right? Anything from sympathy to birthday, as far as I'm concerned. All right, there we go. So we have our stamps ready. And also, and I stamped a couple, or didn't stamp them, I cut them out in case I had a mishap. I've learned now that I cut extras out just in case I make a boo-boo. So I don't freak out while I'm in front of you guys. Like, oh no, now what am I gonna do? So the 4 colors that we're using today: Garden Green, Moody Moth, Petal Pink. Isn't that funny the way that's fading? And I don't even have these in the sunshine at all. That's funny. And then also Crushed Curry, a beautiful yellow. And rarely do I use 4 different colors on a card, but yeah, we're doing it today. Today's a new day. All right. So first of all, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my smaller die here. And we're going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment first in Moody Mauve. Whoops, should get these out of the way. By the way, this neat little silicone mat comes with the Glass Mat Studio, along with this wonderful squishy. I just love the feel of this thing, you guys. I know I say that every week. I really love the cloth that they give with it, which is just, I don't know. It's just fun to play with. Okay, yeah, I'm weird that way. First of all, we're going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment here. Just like so. The other thing I've noticed with this glass mat is that, normally I'm always grabbing my piercing mat. How we've talked about that these stamps do not have a cushion on them like the red rubber. So I've always grabbed the piercing mat to give it that little cushion that is what red rubber stamps have. Hi, Patty. Welcome and happy Sunday crafternoon to you. Anyway, what I've noticed with the glass mat is that this is like I don't know, it's a magic mat. That's what I keep calling it, a magic mat, because I'm not having to use that. I think it's because it is seriously, it's even surface.
I'm not sure I understand.
Yeah, I don't either, Siri. Half the time I don't understand myself. Why is my phone going off? That's kind of spooky. Oh my goodness sakes. That was really creepy. She's like, yeah, Dawn just does not talk correctly. Okay, now we're using Garden Green. We're just going to, stamp. We're better at that. And I'm going to stamp this up towards the top, just like my sample. I don't know if you guys can lift. In fact, let's get that out of the way here. All right, there we go. And then the other color that I'm going to use is Crushed Curry for my flowers. I love this little silicone piece that goes with the mat. It's non-skid and it holds everything in place so that things don't go sliding around. All right, with photopolymer stamps, makes it easy to line those flowers up within the greenery, which I love. Isn't that pretty? So easy peasy. I'm going to go ahead and clean this off for now. Because I can't remember if we are using different colors for the flower. I'm kind of talking to you guys, but kind of talking to myself as well. Oh, golly. Okay, and then the other thing, we didn't need these extra pieces, which is good. That means that we're doing good so far. I'm going to go ahead. I did add, which I did not grab, some linen thread. I tell you what, we're going to add that afterwards. And for now, what we're going to do is just add the sentiment onto this bigger die with dimensionals. So it's going to go right there. But before we go ahead and put all this stuff together, I didn't even give you guys like dimensions and stuff, measurements. So this is a piece of basic white thick cardstock. It's cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and is scored at 4 1/4. Then we have this piece of basic white cardstock. I cut it to 5 by 3 3/4, and I ran it through that embossing folder, and it just, like I said, it just gives that fun texture to your card. So we're going to move these two things aside. I'm going to grab my blending brush, and also we're going to grab the Petal Pink ink. Say that 10 times fast. I'm actually going to move these out of the way for now. And what I'm going to do, we're just going to add some ink. And it's going to be like an ombre effect to the card. Another thing that I've noticed with the glass mat is that when you're using techniques with your blending brush, somehow magically, and I don't get it, but it just is what it is, right? It's things that you learn as you're using a new product. I don't know if it's distributing the inks. It's a smoother look to this when I'm And I like I said, I don't know how to explain it other than it just is a smoother look when you're using your blending brushes to your projects. The other nice thing is with the additional ink that you would normally get on your grid paper, you're not wasting. Like it gets on the paper, it's gone, right? With this, what's kind of nice is I can continue to draw the ink from my glass mat onto my project, which means less waste, right? Less waste of ink. Hey, Carol, happy Sunday craft afternoon to you. Thank you for popping on, hanging out with us today. So anyway, we're just going to blend, 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 blend. I hope I'm not shaking everything too much. It's probably looking like there's an earthquake going on here, huh? Sorry about that, guys. All right, there we go. Isn't that pretty? I love it. And it's just that little something, right, that just adds a bit more to your card. So just play sometimes. It never hurts. It's only paper. They make more. That's exactly why they do. Now, the other cool thing about this, if you have ink on there, you don't want it on there, there's no chemicals. It's just water. Love it. And it dries really fast, too. Okie dokie. And then I'm going to come back with our card base. And I'm going to go ahead and add dimensionals to the back of this. And we're going to go ahead and assemble our card. Whoops. There's a dimensional that does not want to be stuck to the paper. As we get to the third card, I wanted to just play. And I have something in mind. But with that being said, I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. So I'm just warning you in advance. Hey, hello, hello from St. Joseph. Wow, 20 years. That is amazing. You know what? That is a lot of loyalty right there. And that is also a lot of ink, paper, and stamps that you've seen. I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to add this piece also with dimensionals. And there we go. How is the weather down in southwest Michigan? The sun started to come out here, and I actually seen blue. We actually do have a blue sky. I was impressed. And then about 15 minutes later, all these dark clouds came in again. But I'm literally right along the Lake Michigan coast, so we see a lot of that this time of the year. Do you have it all? Me too! And that's exactly why it's a great reason to be a demonstrator, right? Because you can have more, you can get more. You're a savvy shopper, you're able to purchase more. With a discount, you get more. All right, at least that's my justification. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so we're going to use the Petal Pink and Pretty Peacock Foiled Gems. Yeah, it's always gloomy along the lake. I love the lake, but sometimes it just messes with my mood this time of the year. In fact, yesterday I was almost in tears, and there's no reason why, other than I'm just tired of the doom and gloom around here. I need some sunshine. I really, really, really do. I get that sad thing going on. Maybe I need one of those like lights that I just sit in front of. I don't know. Anyway, so other than, of course, the linen thread, there is the first card, which is kind of fun, right? So let's go ahead. Let's dive into card number 2. Let's see here. So this will be card number 2. The DSP that we're using, once again, is from Softly Stippled, which is one of the choices for Celebration. I am going to be in Houston, Carol. Are you? Are you going? I can't wait. One of the most fun parts about being a demonstrator for me, well, actually there's two things that I love most about being a demonstrator. First of all the friendships that I've made. Actually, there's 3 things. I lied. There's 3. All the friendships that I made, and now that Stampin' Up's been global now for, I don't remember how many years. But anyway, with that being said, I have friends all over the globe now, which I think is pretty amazing, right? All these demonstrators from all over the world I've been able to meet through incentive trips and events that we're able to go to. And anybody who is an active demonstrator can go to the events. And then also FOMO, fear of missing out. I like to be able to order early. That's just like the best perk ever. And the third one is, I forgot. The friendships and the oh, and of course my team. My team is amazing. Like, I love the fact that we have a team that is just, I don't know, we're just a great group that we have. And I'm so proud of my girls. I really am. I'm like a proud mama. All right. So this card is using the basic white thick cardstock, cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then we have this piece of designer paper. This is the back side of it, which is really pretty, but we're going to use the pool party side. And this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then those dies that I talked to you guys about, this is cut out with basic white paper. And then we have a couple pieces that I've cut out in case of a mishap. And this piece is cut at 2.5 by 3 3/4. So I have an extra just in case of a boo-boo. And then also I have this piece, this circle cut out with the Stylish Shapes dies. And this is what the sentiment is going to be on. Let's see here, what do we want to grab first? So we're going to be using Pool Party and Basic Gray. Let's do the basic gray first and get these out of my way and hopefully remember where I put them in 5 minutes. How many are with me on that one? Like, I don't understand why. I don't know. Maybe it's an age thing after all. This time, instead of using the You're in My Thoughts, we're going to use Hello There. I say that a lot. Hello there. All right. There we go. And we're going to ink that up, basic gray. And there is our sentiment, just like that. Isn't that a pretty font? Like, I just love it. Love it, love it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading Carol's comment here. Oh, you're not going to be in Houston? Oh, bummer. My nephew lives in Houston, and he's like in his mid-30s, so he's like young and energetic, and he wants to show us all these things. Well, the one thing that I do want to do when I'm there in March for On Stage, the Stampin' Up! Event that's being held this March, they're having a rodeo going on, and he is literally like a couple blocks. In fact, you can see it from his duplex or whatever they call those things. Apartment, fancy word for apartment, whatever. You can see the NRG stadium right from his place. It's like, I don't know, 2-3 blocks basically to get to the NRG stadium there. So we're staying with him, and then I'm moving over to the hotel after that and going to hang out with all the girls. And the mister is going to hang out with the nephew, and he's got like a honey-do list for my hub to fix a whole bunch of stuff, I guess. He's got things he wants his uncle to help him with. So, hey, that's good with me. It works out well. Okay, so we're going ahead and we're stamping in the gray, the basic gray, the greenery, but it's art, right? It doesn't have to be green, in my world anyway. Whoops, I'm throwing stamps. It's getting crazy in here, you guys. And then the flowers, I'm going to stamp in Pool Party. All right. And once again, we're going to go ahead, we're going to line these up. So I'm actually, for me, it's helping to line this little bitty guy right here, this little bud, lining it up with this right here. There we go. Just like so. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. Such a pretty stamp set. And then there we are. Okay. Anyway, so I want to go to the rodeo, and I've never been to the rodeo before, but my understanding is because the rodeo is going on is the reason why it is so darn expensive to get there. Everybody's been commenting about how expensive it is to get out there, and now I know why. Makes sense. The rodeo's going on. All the cowboys are going to be there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use multi-purpose liquid glue. I know I've shared this many a times, but these bottles are available on Amazon, and they have a really nice fine tip to them. And as much as at first, you know, for a long time, I really didn't like our multi-purpose glue because I would get it all over me. Well, now I know why I really didn't care for it. The bottle that the multi-purpose liquid glue does come in almost distributes too much at one time. They are really expensive, Carol. I agree with you. Anyway, so I put them in these bottles, and with that fine tip makes all the difference in the world. First of all, I'm not getting it all over me. Secondly, the other thing that I love about it is I'm not using as much glue all at once that's not needed. There's no sense in wasting your glue, your adhesives, right? I mean, if you want to use a lot, go for it, because I appreciate you purchasing more from me, but it's not necessary. I would rather you save a little on your glue and be able to get another stamp set. Doesn't that make more sense? I don't know, it does to me. Okay, so I'm putting dimensionals on the back of this layer. I wanted to pop it up. I'm a dimensional girl. I love these things. I go through them like water. I'm addicted to dimensionals, and I just don't care. There we are. And then I'm also going to put dimensionals on the back of this layer, and then we're going to go ahead and attach it to the card itself. How many of you guys always put one in the middle? I'm one of those people. Gotta have one in the middle. Don't want my card to concave. Okay, there we are. And center it-ish, and there we go. And then, with the sentiment, what I'm going to do, because this is all popped up so nicely, I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this right to here. Whoops. It helps if I uncover that, doesn't it? Then I'd be wondering, like, why isn't the glue coming out? Oh, silly me. Okay, there we go. And there we are. And I don't have... This is bugging me. Let me grab it. Whoops. Here we go. In fact, I might have a bow. All right, I do. I have one more in there. Sometimes I'll go ahead if I'm bored because I can't just sit. And I will tie bows and just keep them in with the package of linen thread. There we go. It's always better with a bow. And set this, where am I going to set it where I can find it? Okay, you guys are going to help me here. I just put the linen thread on top of my laptop. Don't let me forget. So if I'm looking for it, just holler and go, it's on your laptop. All right, so that is card number 2. Now the next card is the third card, our final card, and this is where we're going to play a little bit with the glass mat. And I want to make sure that I can find what I need later. Let's see here. One moment. Okay, that and that. Okay. grab all my bits and bobbles. This is card number 3. I really love it. I think it's really pretty. And I love this kind of just wispiness with a brush. So this is what we're playing with that I thought would be a lot of fun. Get that out of the way. And I have all my bits and bobbles here. Oh, look at that. Now, how come I didn't do that with the rest of them? Silly girl. Okay. First of all, let's give you guys some measurements here. So we're starting out with the card base. This is basic white. And it's thick, the thick cardstock, cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of Pool Party that I ran through that beautiful embossing folder. And this is cut at 4 1/4 by 5.5. It's going to cover the entire front of the card. I have my linen thread bow that I hope I don't lose. We'll see. That will be an accomplishment in itself. But first, before we go any further, let's go ahead and we are going to just, whoops, I should put a rubber band on that. I know, Evelyn, you told me. I just need a little rubber band. I only have those really thick rubber bands. Anyway, so we're going to put this on the front of my card. Covers it completely. Isn't that pretty? But yet we still have the benefit of having white for the inside of our card. Bonus! Okay. Now, the other piece is basic gray. This piece is cut at 5 1/8 by 2 7/8. And then I have a piece of basic white that is going to layer on top of. And the white piece is 5 by 2 3/4. So here's what I did. Of course, I cut a couple of these out in the basic white in case I have a mishap. But I also cut out 2 pieces of the watercolor paper. The watercolor paper can also be found in the annual catalog. So if you're looking for that, just to mention a couple of things. Watercolor paper is used for water, right? Water. Our basic white paper is normally not used for water. And you have to be very careful with our basic white cardstock if you give it too much water. It's kind of like when a sponge has too much water and you start to see the sponge just kind of lay there and nothing will absorb anymore. This is like a sweater. It will pill and it's going to tell you, hey, stop giving me water. That's not what I'm here for. Whereas I believe this is 100-pound watercolor paper is going to step up to that task, right? But with that being said, we can kind of trick our basic white paper if we are careful and we don't give it too much water. So with that being said, I'm going to set these off to the side, also on my laptop. So again, remind me if I can't find it. Dawn, it's on your laptop. My keyboard to my laptop right now is covered. All right. So with that being said, I have grabbed these. Now, if you are old school like me, I've been around the block a few times with Stampin' Up. I've been a demonstrator for just over 13 years, but I've been using Stampin' Up products since the late 1990s. So some of you may have these. I believe that these are our old ones. These were called aqua painters. So sometimes I still call these aqua painters. I know, old habits die hard, right? So with that, whoops, sorry, I just didn't want it falling on the floor. With that being said, they've changed the name to water painters. It's a set of 3. And I filled these before I got on here, and just with tap water. And also, you just unscrew the top, go ahead and squeeze under the faucet while the water is running, and you fill your water painter. That's simple, right? So with that being said, I thought that we would play a little bit with watercolor. So on this card, I've used Pool Party, and I believe that this is Crumb Cake. I put this together the beginning of the month, so I'm trying to remember what it was I used. I believe that it was Crumb Cake along with Pool Party. So with that being said, I've grabbed our ink refills of crumb cake and pool party, or crumb party and pool cake, whichever you like, because that's almost what I said. Oh my goodness. I also grabbed the Wink of Stella, because I kind of have something in my brain going on that I don't know if this will work or not, but we may try it just to be experimental. And then also I've grabbed our Stampin' blends in Pool Party, Crumb Cake, and I think that this is Smoky Slate. So these three colors here. I've showed you that techniques that we may do in the past, but we'll show it again because there may be somebody who's new who has not seen it before and may never have thought of it. And it's so silly simple, you're gonna be like, whoa, that's really cool. I'm gonna beat a bit on my blends. You'll see what I mean in a few minutes. So with that being said, what I'm gonna do, instead of putting these colors on the silicone mat, which is what it's meant to do, I decided let's just have some fun. We're gonna get messy. Are you guys ready to get a little messy? See, I better grab my paper towels because we're meeting business here. So paper towels, just in case. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and get a couple ready. And what I'm going to do, we're going to do Pool Party. I don't want to add too much quite yet because I'm not sure exactly if this is going to work. Hey, Kathy. Happy Sunday crafternoon. Okay, there we go. The other fun things that you may want to play with, these are our spritzers that are also found in the annual catalog. I always have these sitting by my glass mat. One is filled with water and the other is filled with alcohol. Not the kind that you drink, unfortunately, but the rubbing kind, which is kind of fun to play with your blends. But anyway, then it also helps as far as either playing with background techniques or cleaning your mat. You can also clean it, speaking of alcohol, with hand sanitizer, if you please. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is this. We're gonna play a little bit. You guys ready? If this turns out really bad, we're just going to do the way I did the card originally. Holy smokes, that came out really fast. Did you guys see that? Yowza. All right, so we're going to take a little bit of, let's do water. Whoa, that's kind of crazy looking. And I'm going to grab, instead of the white, we're going to go ahead, this is a piece of our watercolor paper. And I am just going to smoosh it. And it's absorbing so much of it. Whoa, that's crazy. That's kind of cool, but kind of crazy. And then a lot of the, the Pool Party was outpowered with the crumb cake. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to add some more blue. Ooh, that's kind of cool. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and grab my heat tool. If I can reach around here. This is another really cool thing about our glass mat. It can be used as a surface to use your heat tool on because it is heat resistant and it's about 5 millimeters thick, so it's guaranteed to not like break and shatter on you. What's really cool too, of course, is being that we are using water and it would normally be a hot mess, right, with a piece of grid paper. I'm able to just wipe this up and we can continue to craft on this glass mat. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and we're just drying this up to see how the background looks, and we're going to stamp on it and see how this goes. We'll do a couple different things, right? And see which we like better. And then we'll assemble our card together. How's that? Notice I did flip the paper, so I will heat and to dry that off even on the back side. That's really pretty. All right. Let's see, is that coming? That's looking really good. Awesome. All right. So with that being said, we're going to give it another spritz of water. And we'll go ahead and we'll just clean that up. Just like that. Take my paper towel and wipe that right up. Woo, so pretty. Okay. So now I'm going to take, actually I'm using this one this time. And grab that and that. Okay. And forgive me, I'm taking a minute to put these other stamps that were on my blocks back in the case. I've learned my lesson. I've had my puppy eat a photopolymer stamp. Yeah. It's kind of funny, but yet not. Oh, I need, let's see here. I need the basic gray. We're going to use basic gray again. We'll see. This might be too dark. And you know what? If it doesn't turn out, it's okay. It's only paper, right? But like I said, I just wanted to play around with this with you guys. Now, I also added that Wink of Stella. So I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like a shimmer to that background. That is like super cool. Okay. With that, I'm going to be a sparkly hot mess. All right, there is one. Oh, that didn't turn out so well. Maybe it is just too dark. Maybe I should have done it in black. Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway. Yeah, you guys can see that there. Bummeroo. But nonetheless, it made a really cool background. So, But again, you don't know unless you experiment, right? Okay, let's go ahead. And there was another idea I had in my head. Let's see here. And we're going to, well, I tell you what, let's just do this. So I'm going to use this again as a palette. And here again is Pool Party. And also Crumb Cake. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my water painter. And I'm going to squeeze just lightly. Whoop. I don't want too much going on there. Because again, this is just my white, my basic white cardstock. Whoops, I'm going to have just a little bit more. A little bit more. I'm always afraid to get too much of this stuff. Okay, there we go. There we go. Perfect. I'm grabbing my paper towel. I'm going to squeeze it just a little bit. What was that guy's name? Oh gosh, Bob. What was his name? Bob somebody. And he was always on PBS and he was watercoloring and all that. Bob. You guys help me out. Ooh. There we go. Somebody will know. Bob Ross. Yes. Thanks, guys. Remember him? He was so relaxing all the time to watch, wasn't he? Oh, my gosh. So anyway, again, I'm just squeezing that and wiping that out. And if it stains, not a big deal. It still does the same job. Mine has kind of got a funky haircut. What's up with that? Does anybody know how to, like, get him to... I don't know. He's misbehaving. What's up with that? All right, and I think what I'm going to do, well, we'll try this again. And if not, then we'll do it again, but with black ink. I think I actually like the other stamp in the set. Let's try that instead. I'm just going to do that. And I think it's bolder. Is that a word? Bolder. And we'll go ahead and see. It's a little better. And stamp that one like that. Oh my gosh. If you guys could have just seen what I just did. I don't even know if I want to tell you. Oh, I thought this was this. Let your imagination run wild from there. Oh dear. The silly things I do. Okay, so I need to also change out. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and stamp that. And we would align that up there. There we go. Sorry about that. Couldn't see it, could you? I have to laugh at myself sometimes when I'm in here. Oh my gosh. And then I do need my sentiment yet, and we have not used the appreciation stamp. So we'll get that out. I had a third block here and it ran away. Okay. Oops, sorry. I see that my phone's bouncing around. Get you guys all seasick and stuff. All right, there we are. I might need to ink that. For some reason, my sample looks a lot darker. And I know I use gray. That's weird. Oh, right. That was an extra. Let's go ahead and bring those extra pieces back. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this onto the basic gray layer. Grab my glue, my multi-purpose glue. This is still damp. It doesn't take much for this paper to start, you see what I mean? It's starting to wilt. It's saying I'm really not meant to be used with water. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to attach this piece with dimensionals. Okay, you guys, so I don't understand football, right? Now, I know that the game for the Lions, the Detroit Lions, are playing today. I think it's 6 o'clock. I'm going to attempt to watch the entire game. I really don't understand football. I don't. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm from Michigan. I need to support them, correct? All right, there we go. We're going to put that on there like so. I think I'm going to put a dimensional on the end of this. The rest of this has already been popped up with dimensionals. And I just want to make sure that it is level on my card. So we're going to put that right about there. And before we go any further, I'm going to take this and we're going to wipe that up because we don't want that on the back side of our card. Or maybe we do. Not today. And then I need to... Oh, we already have a bow. That's right. I was ahead of myself, see? And I didn't even know it. We're going to go ahead and attach this linen thread bow to the card. Just like so. I'm going to put it right there. And these little embellishments, I wonder if I should put, they're so pretty. Let's see. They're just not quite, well, they don't look so bad. I'm always experimenting with color because you just never know, right? Whoop, get on there. And let's put this one right there. All right. So, oh, I know what I was going to show you guys. That's right. Where is my bone folder? Right in front of my face. Okay, so what I wanted to show you guys, I'm going to get this out of the way here for a minute. And you could do this before you assemble your entire card. So I'm going to use, ooh, look at, there's sun. There's sun shining through the window. Hurry up, take a picture fast. Oh my goodness. You'll be making cards, Carol? I might end up doing the same. I don't know. We'll see. I just don't understand all the calls and all that with football. I just don't get it. What can I say? I don't get it. Anyway, so using my blends, I like to use them as like an extra little added background touch. So I take my bone folder, and this is really good when you have a lot of aggression. You just need to, get it out. And while you're crafting, this is safe to do. Anyway, it's just kind of fun. And if you tap your bone folder with your blends, you get, I don't know if you guys can see it, some little speckly stuff. It'll probably show better because I'll use the pool party as well to show you guys. It's really, really faint, but let's do a darker color so you can see. Let's try this one. So this is crumb cake. I had to think of that. What's this again? Anyway, there we go. Now you can really see it. Okay, and there we are. And it's subtle and soft, but it just, I don't know, there's something with me. I get hung up with white space. So this is a great way to take care of that and to give your card a little extra something, something. So anyway, let's bring back our other cards. So we have this one here. And this one. And then this one. All right. Whew. Wow. Like I said, I'm kind of bummed that the first idea with the last card didn't really work. I think if it would have been fainter, it would have worked out better. Or if I would have used black ink on the card, it would have helped too. But anywho, these are the cards for today using the Softly Sophisticated Bundle as a $100 option in the Celebration catalog that you can get for free. Free! I love free, don't you? Anyway, guys, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you are a football fan or Lions fan, go Lions. We'll see how they do today. Keep our fingers crossed. But anyway, I will see you next week at 1 o'clock Eastern Time right here at Dawn's Creative Chalet. Make sure that if you make a few cards, send them out in the mail, you guys. Send somebody a smile. Right now, life is hard, right? Things are a little crazy in our world. Go ahead and send a smile and send a little love. Whoop, there we go. Love. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Go Lions! See you next week at 1 o'clock. Bye-bye.